Hello my lovelies, today we're doing bacon cracker appetisers. I originally got the recipe from Pioneer Woman and tried it, loved it, changed it slightly. She uses bacon, but I know I've had the bacon, they have it in America, which is a little bit finer than the streaky bacon that we have here. She was using a streaky type of bacon. So what I did was I got pancetta, which is more expensive. But I will say, when you do the recipe with pancetta, it takes probably about 20 minutes to half an hour to cook in the oven. With the streaky bacon, they say to cook it for 2 hours. It's a very low heat. So basically what you're doing is you're cooking the bacon and then kind of drying it out. It sounds awful, but it really is really lovely. The astonishing thing is I haven't done it with streaky bacon. I always do it with pancetta because it's a much finer slice. But when I have baked it, the next day, you think, oh, you know, it's crackers and bacon and stuff. It's going to be all soggy and disgusting. It's still crispy. They last really, really well. So you could technically do these the day before and then they'd be absolutely fine for your party the day after. So you could prepare these, which I think is amazing. They never last that long in this house. So, you know, if I did do the party, I'd have to do it in secret. So I've got my sexy gloves on again today because I'll be handling the bacon. And just to let you know, the biscuits, I've already done a couple of the trays just to save time so you don't have to watch me cut a million biscuits. She uses graham crackers, which of course we don't get in this country. So I have tried all kinds of crackers just for you to find the best one. And the best one I found is this one. It's already open. There's an unopened one. Ritz Breaks Original. Again, I have no affiliation to these people, so I don't get anything from it. I'm literally just giving you the best advice that I have. And out of all of the crackers I tried, this one stays crispy, is just the right size for a half a slice of pancetta. Works perfectly well. I will give you a handy tip though. Ritz Breaks, if you can't get hold of the breaks, which are these are special, like a sort of lunch pack one, you can use the ordinary Ritz biscuits. Being round, the bacon, you'll just have to tuck it under. I'll explain it all when I put the bacon on. But just to give you a heads up, these are a slightly different shape. And these, they come in, I don't know if you can see that, packs with 3 lines. And the way to cut these is you'd normally, obviously Ritz Breaks, you'd snap them, which is fine. But if you do snap them, you'll find that sometimes the snap isn't as clean on the line. So I have one of our steak knives here, which is just like a small serrated knife. And I don't cut or press much pressure. I just put the knife on top and gently press down and saw backwards and forwards. And there you go. It's done it right. And it's on the lines there, the serrated bit. There we go. And then you get them just the right size. So I'll just pop those on. And then I'll just get another one. I think I only probably need maybe 2 more of these. But what we're going to do is with the pancetta, can you fit another one on there? No, I think we're taking up enough space there. So what we do with the pancetta, or streaky bacon, whichever you prefer. As I said, it'll work with both, but streaky bacon apparently takes 2 hours to cook according to all the recipes, but I've never tried it with this. These cook really super quickly. So with the pancetta, what I do, just use my trusty scissors, is cut them in, just get the whole strip like this, and then just cut them in half. Because we'll be using roughly, a bit of bacon on that, roughly using just a half slice. Now when you use a Ritz cracker, because when you use these, you'll be able to wrap them round, at least one whole wrap, and then seal them like that. But on a Ritz cracker, you might not be able to stretch it. But as long as it's underneath, tucked underneath, and on the tray, it should work. What we're going to do is actually kind of stuff it first. And oh, I've just realised I should have grated the cheese. So give me a second to take these gloves off, and I will grate the cheese. I'm just going to use. I'm using Parmigiano Reggiano. I know there's different types of parmesan. This is the one I think, oops, just fling it over. This is the one I think is nicest. Just ordinary grated, you don't have to get anything fancy. This is the fine grater side on the grater. And although I know I've had meat on this, but it doesn't matter because they're all going to touch the meat. So I'm just going to grate this. Right, I've just cut straight to this so you don't have to watch me grating all of that because it would have been really boring. This is 100 grams. I think I've probably grated about 80 grams. I'll give you the exact amount I've used in the description of the video, so you'll be able to see. So what I need to do now is just clear this up, get some more gloves. I'll be back in a second. Hi, okay, now I've got my gloves back on, my new gloves. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the cheese ones first. So we're going to be putting cheese in this tray and brown sugar in this tray. Now, bear with me for the brown sugar. I know the more adventurous of you will be like, oh, that's delicious. But my very fussy husband was very, very adamant about it, and he thought it was a horrible idea until he tasted it. And he absolutely thought that the sugar ones were just sensational. So it is really something, just give it a go. As I said, just give it a try. Nothing terrible's going to happen. I've got these are my old faithfuls. I have got some new ones, but these ones I use because they're tried and tested and I know how they work. And I use half a teaspoon of the sugar on top. Let me just get this ready so it's like a little conveyor belt going. So you get your cracker, get your cheese, scoop up half a teaspoon of parmesan, press it in so you get a decent amount, and then pop it on the cracker. So you've got a little bit of cheese on the cracker there. Then you get your strip of bacon. Oh, that one's got a little bit coming off, but that'll still work. Place it over the top, like that. Hook it under. Oopsie daisy. Try not to get it to all fall off like I've just done. Hook it under and hook it over the top. If you find, I mean, this is the way I do it with it over the top. You might find, let me try and do it a different way. So while I'm on the screen with you, see if we've got, wonder if it would work if we do it under and over. Under and over. It's pretty much the same thing really, it doesn't make much of a difference. So whichever way you want to do it, under and over and under, as long as they're all covered. So I shall see you back at the end when I've done all of these. Bear with me. Right, there's a little bit of an interlude here because I've actually found an even better way of doing it while I'm doing this. Because I thought to myself, let me just do an experiment, maybe there's a different way. And there is a slightly better way, so I'm going to show you that one now. It's your choice. Depending on the bacon that you have, depending on how easy it is for you to put them on, I think that the way you manage to get the bacon to cover the cheese is going to be a personal choice to you. So have a bit of an experiment and see which one you think works easier. But I just discovered that if you put it on the edge, oh, she says sprinkling it everywhere, so it's on the edge, hanging down, and then when you lift the bottom bit up, you can swivel it over the other side. So, oh dear, that biscuit's crumbled. That's not the best one to have shown you. So I shall do another one because that one's just crumbled in my hand. So that just shows you that they are quite fragile. It's really difficult. As if anybody's had a Ritz biscuit, you know that they are absolutely fabulous, but they have not got a lot of strength to them. So I have to make sure I monitor the pressure that I put on these. So I found putting it on the edge and then wrapping it under and folding it over. So I will get back to doing the rest of these and then see you when I've finished the cheese ones and move on to the sugar ones, which is very slightly different, but not much. So see you in a mo. Hi, welcome back. I've finished the bacon ones and now I'm just going to do the sugar ones. So for this, I will need, oops, she says flinging sugar everywhere. I will need my little 1/4 teaspoon. I really hope you have something like this because it just doesn't need anything more than this for this particular size of cracker. If you've only got the teaspoon one, try and only fill it halfway or just scoop it on the corner so you just get a corner in and pop it on because that's all you really need. And I'm using this soft light brown sugar. So little 1/4 teaspoon, pop it on like that. I don't know if you can see that little tower there. And I have to say that the latest way of me putting the bacon on has really made a big difference. So that's putting it on the edge, like that, and then pulling the bacon underneath, wrapping it over the top and letting it kind of self-seal. That seems to be working the very best way, better than all the others. So I've done most of them that way now. So you don't have to watch me do all of these again. So you've seen me do 3. I'm going to finish them all, and then we'll take it from there about putting them in the oven. See you in a moment. I find this very therapeutic. I do love repetitive jobs, and although it is a bit repetitive and some people might go a bit bonkers, I find it blissful. I just start doing the job and you can switch your mind off, because it's the same kind of chore, and it's an easy one. It's not boring, I don't think, but it's very relaxing. Let my mind wander. So hopefully you'll be like me and just sit here, not minding the job in hand. I should be quite blissed out when I get back to you. So that's all of the ones done for the sugar. I really do feel that doing it the way I showed you at the end seems to be the best one. It really does wrap around very well on all of these. So for my oven, I think this is going to be between 20 and 30 minutes. I would say pop them, if you're going to use pancetta, pop them in for 20 minutes and then check them, and then 30 minutes and check them. I will obviously show you on the video a photo of the finished item so you can see the level of colour that you should be going for. So I shall see you back in a minute when they are cooked. See you in a moment. Hi, I've just taken these out of the oven. They were approximately 30 minutes, as I thought, in our oven. I'm just trying to see if I can show you how they look. I don't know if that's going to show up clearly, but they're crispy. You can see on the other side that they are nice and crispy now. The biscuit is still crispy. Oh, just destroyed that one. That was brilliant. The biscuit's still crispy, and they are just perfect. Perfect with some wine, and a perfect little nibble to have at parties or just snacks to have around the house. I actually had more than this, but one of the kids came down and decided to taste some. So there are a few less now. So anyway, they're hugely popular, really delicious. They're super easy. I did bliss out actually after doing it. It's a very therapeutic thing to do. It may seem repetitive, but it isn't, because it's just such a simple job. It was over really quickly, but I just thought it would be really, really dull to see me just doing them over and over and over and over and over. So I skipped that, but it really didn't take long at all. As I said, they will store very well in an airtight container or a bag until tomorrow. I will put all the information about freezing them on the descriptions. Every video I do, I put the ingredients, etc. in the description section of YouTube. So I will write the information about how to store them in the freezer and how to take them out, etc. on that. So you've got that information to hand. Again, these two middles I put in, the cheese and the sugar, my choices. If you could think of something better, which I'm sure you guys can, let me know if you do anything different. Let me know if you do these. I'm already having some fantastic videos, photos and things coming in from seeing you guys cook, which has just made my year. I love it. You're brilliant. So I look forward to seeing more of that. Enjoy the recipe. If you change anything and it works really well, let me know. I'm always happy to be inspired, and of course I will give you full credit for that. And as I said, just have fun doing it, have fun eating it. I'm now going to allow the family in, because I know they're going to be standing outside the door just waiting to start scoffing these. So until the next video, take care, enjoy them. Thanks for watching. Bye. Cheers!